Welcome to the Toyota Esports Challenge. My name is Tekle and I'm going to be keeping you company tonight. This week, all the quarterfinal action is going down and we have a quarterfinal for you. It's coming up in a little bit, but let me just explain if you've just popped by and joined us for the first time. 64 players started in this competition. They competed over the course of a couple of weeks in a round-robin format in different groups. The top two players in each group then moved into our knockout stages, where just to make it a little bit more fun, Toyota added some wild cards. We had some incredible celebrities, musicians jumping in, jamming. You got to watch some of those games last week. And from there, we were able to whittle it down to our top 8. The 8 quarterfinalists that you get to watch this week right here on all the Toyota channels. And they are going to be battling it out because they want to make a play to win and ultimately get through to the semifinals and finals of this incredible competition. Because, of course, the winner gets to take home that 50,000 Rand cash prize. Absolutely incredible. I want to jump straight into the action right now. We have two amazing players facing off in this quarterfinal. It is, of course, Riasat, who you saw last week playing one of the wild cards, helping them along. He's facing off against Xian. Xian is signed to Goliath Gaming, one of the best Xbox players in the country, but playing on PlayStation today. So this is going to be pretty interesting watching them now, getting ready, choosing the team that they want to play with. This is always interesting to me. Of course, if you play FIFA, you know the teams they try and mirror them as much as they can to the real life football team. So right now, Liverpool is the one that most people are going for because obviously they're having a banger of a season. They're performing so incredibly well. But how are you going to counter it? That's what you decide. So we've seen a couple of selections come in. This is what we're seeing now. Our players deciding who they want to play. Riasat, of course, signed to one of the biggest FIFA organizations in the country, represents a professional sports team as well. We did see him last week in the wild card. We didn't actually really get to see Riasat perform because he was playing it quite candidly and actually helping the celebrity along, and he was trying to coach the celebrity while they were playing, and it was tons of fun to watch because he was just really nice, welcoming. And that's the big thing, I'll be honest, about the South African FIFA community, is that they're so welcoming. They want you to come, they want you to jam. Right, there we go, match preview. You can see there Xian's gone with the France selection, no surprise. On the other side, Riasat has gone with Liverpool. I presumed we would see that Liverpool matchup. We're about to get into game. The players are getting ready. I want to see how this goes. Xian surprised everyone getting into the quarterfinals. Like I said, an Xbox player, the controller's a little bit different, chose to play on PlayStation. So this is going to be really interesting to see how he does. The France selection as well, I find quite surprising. I know that Xian is actually a huge Liverpool fan, so I'm interested that he went the route of France. A good team nonetheless, though, so let's see how this goes. Right, kickoff begins. There we go. Off to the start. Xian getting in there quite fast as well. Straight away, got possession of the ball, wants to pick up that pace. I think he's quite an aggressive player. That's his style, more than likely what he wants to do. So straight away, just getting a feel for the ball, making sure he keeps it in his possession, passing it around here. And this is just a good way to feel out your opponent. Riasat, he probably wants to see how Riasat is going to play this. We know from last week, and this is something, it's a conversation I've had with Riasat before, he prefers to play a defensive game. So that means that he prefers to kind of sit back a little bit and wait for the other player to come to him. That's something that he likes. He also says Liverpool suits that play style. Xian, for me, a bit more aggressive, so this will be really interesting. As I say that, though, you can see Riasat jumping straight in there very quickly. Xian says, no, sending that away. Off we go. We're not going to do that. So for now, I think what we're seeing is just two players feeling themselves out. The top echelons of FIFA in South Africa are very well known. The players are well known. They know each other. They know each other's play styles. They compete against each other nearly every weekend. So they have a good understanding of how each other plays. Xian is kind of the dark horse here because he plays on Xbox. A lot of these professional PlayStation players, him coming onto PlayStation now, they're probably not 100% sure what to expect from him. So I presume Riasat will kind of wait it out a little bit, get a feel for his style, and then determine the tactics he wants to go with. That's what I'm imagining is happening right now. It's just a little bit of, let's just wait and see what Xian's going to bring to the table and determine how we go from there. Of course, two giants clashing right now. Both of these players extremely well known, extremely successful, both signed to very big organizations. They are living the dream. They're exactly who you want to be. They're the professional FIFA players. This is what they do for a living. They're actually both, they're studying. They're both studying, but this is how they make some extra cash. And it is, I mean, easily 50,000 Rand. I mean, that's the potential. And we missed the goal there because I was explaining to you what they could win, but very quickly Riasat nets that. You saw that it was clinical actually, like just so fast, which kind of surprised me because, like I said, he is a little bit defensive. That was pretty impressive to me. Gets that goal, 1-0 to France. I'm presuming Shian's now taking a step back, trying to figure out how he's going to play this and what he wants to do. So we're waiting a little bit now. I believe there must have been a pause called. And we get back into it. That was very fast and impressive from Riasat. He wants that 50,000 Rand. I mentioned it earlier. That's what he's going for here. He wants the 50,000 Rand prize. That's what the winner's taking home, that 50,000 Rand cash prize, courtesy of Toyota. Exciting for us that they're getting involved in South African esports, in FIFA, supporting. It's always a big one for the whole esports community to see this happen. So we're very excited. And of course, we want to put on a good show, which is exactly what's happening. Right, Shian, he's now saying, no, yeah, I saw that goal, but we're not going to do it. We're going to put up a little bit of a fight, setting this up really nicely. Is he going to take that shot? He takes it, just goes past the goal there, needs to reset. I like the pace though that we're seeing. This is very fast, very quick FIFA. This is my favorite football to watch, real life and in game. So let's see now. Riasat, I think we need to see more of what we just saw earlier when he was able to get that goal so early on in the game. It's just that super fast, super quick passing. And look, it looks like he's doing that, making space, moving around a little bit, getting a feel in the midfield just to move those players and move Shian a little bit. Here we go. Robertson's got the ball, passing it on. This is it. Salah's got it. What's going to happen with Salah? Is it going to be enough? Riasat sets it up. There it is. It's another goal. It's not even the second. We're in the first half of the first game, and Riasat is just speeding along like Sonic the Hedgehog. No hesitation in his play. Shian is going to have to get super aggressive. I said earlier that Shian was the aggressive player, but Riasat's completely changed that defensive style that he says he's accustomed to and that he's comfortable playing. Completely changed that up. Shian's now got to put on the pace. He's got to be a lot more faster. He's got to be much quicker. Quicker passes, moving faster. You can see there the moment he slows it down to set up his pieces. Riasat's in there so fast. Impressive play from him. 2 goals. Of course, how this works, if you're curious, is that the players play 2 games and you ultimately want to win both. The goals will count, so you want to get as many goals as possible. If we reach a tie at the end of the 2 games, we move into extra time, and I'll explain that if it happens. For now, though, you just want to win. That's what you want to do. Let's see how this goes now. 2 goals there for him. Shian trying so hard, but just unable to be able to take that ball and move it up. You can just see that Riasat's got his number. He's super fast. Here he goes again. Is he going to try this again? Is he going to try and go for that? Just misses it. Shian's really quick just to move it away. Good defending from him. Able to just keep that ball out of the box there. And now he's going for it. He's going for that attack. Can he do it? Can he score that goal? Needs to move faster. Maybe he's got it. There we go. No, loses it again. Riasat's just got that defense down pat. He does not want to let Shian even smell the back of the net. He doesn't want to smell the front. He can't even smell the front of the net. That's what he's trying to do. He's just stopping it. Can't believe how fast we're seeing this impressive gameplay from Riasat. He is hungry for this. Look at that. Shian just trying to figure it out, figure out what's going on there, trying to determine, I think, how he can best take back control of the game. And when I say control, I talk specifically about pace in real life football as well. This is something that we need to pay attention to. It's just a matter of determining if you want to play that defensive, slower, more calculated game, or if you want to be super fast. And if you have a team that's super fast, how you shut them down. Right now, Riasat is speeding along, back again, so quick and able to create pace and run that ball up. Lost it a little bit there. Realized his mistake. You heard him. He was making a comment. Definitely heard that he could probably be a little bit better. We're at the halftime mark now. 2-0 to Liverpool. That means 2-0 to Riasat. Shian's going to be taking a step back now at this halftime. Sort of going, okay, what do I need to change? What is it that I can do that I'm going to be able to shut him down a little bit, slow him down? He's playing my game. I want to play his game. So I want to be the fast one. I want to be the more dominating one, and that's kind of where I imagine Shian's head is right now. Riasat very quickly claiming possession, running that up. I think he's going to go straight on the attack. That's his goal now. He wants to go as fast as he possibly can. No feeding the players out now. As many goals as he can get is always going to be in his favor because it guarantees you a win. It makes it way tougher for Shian to come back. And already with 2 goals in the back of the net, Riasat's got a comfortable lead here, and I'm presuming he'll just want to do even more. This is also, of course, there's a whole different dynamic that happens in these games where, of course, these guys are playing because they want to win, but they also want to make sure that if any of their competitors are watching who they may face off against in the semi-finals or the finals, that those competitors are scared, that they're watching this going, wow, this is really impressive play, making them a little bit nervous, because it's that mental game that you want to play in the next week, you know? So I'm sure both of these players are very well aware of that, and I have no doubt that a lot of players are watching Xian closely, because if Xian wins this one, he's a challenge for them, obviously coming from Xbox. Saying that though, seems to be getting a little bit better, figuring out how he plays this and getting into the attack, but just not enough. He's just struggling a little bit to be fast enough when he gets sort of 3/4 of the way up to the field. He kind of isn't 100% sure. I don't think it's that he's not 100% sure, but he's just too slow, I think, for Riasat. That's what's kind of happening. And as I said, that Riasat grabs the ball again. Let's go see how he can go. Xian, I'm pretty sure that's offsides. Here we go again. Xian getting a feel for it. This may be his opportunity. Is he going to be able to score? Isn't able to maintain possession, and Riasat grabs it again, quickly runs up. This, I'm presuming, for Riasat is an opportunity to create some space, get that ball up as fast as he can. That's exactly what he's doing, running it up the side. Does he have enough people to cross to? Interesting decision to go midfield there, and straight away Xian punishes him a little bit for that mistake and moves it right back into his side. Is it going to be enough though? There he goes, waiting patiently for someone else, and they weren't quite there. There's going to be a lot of this backwards and forwards. You can see now what I was saying about Xian increasing that aggressive playstyle that I expected from Xian right at the beginning, now starting to come out. But Riasat is matching him step for step here, kick for kick. Is this going to be another shot? He sets it up really nicely. There it goes, into the back of the net. 3-0 to Liverpool. Riasat is feeling very comfortable. You're looking at him in the left-hand corner of your screen, feeling very comfortable, but I'm sure the bigger that lead is, the better. That's the thing, because you never know what's going to happen in FIFA. There's a second game to come. You want to make your goal difference as big as possible, just to give yourself a little bit of a buffer, no matter what. Xian now really needs to put the pressure on. That's where we are. He's got to put pressure on. He's got to get some goals in the back there. He needs to try and even this out, which is going to be a really tough call. Takes a chance there, just not enough. Riasat's got all his guys back. He's told us before, we've seen it. Defending is his strong point, showing that right here. Xian again, not giving up, wants to get into the back of the net, passes it through. Let's see how this goes. Just not enough. And Riasat's back, taking it up. It's a very frantic game. You can see that both of these players so hungry, wanting to get through to the semi-finals. Xian just not able to break through that defense. And I think it comes potentially when he's trying to set this up. As I say that though, here we go. Is he going to take the shot? Loses it a little bit, fights a little bit of a scruffy struggle, and the goalie's got it. So all of that. And we throw the ball back into the game. Let's go. This is an action-packed one, seeing a lot of goals coming in. I think that Riasat's also probably has something to prove. He is one of the more established players in the scene. He's been around for a very long time. And I think it must be, a lot of these youngsters come in and they do an incredible job, and they're immediately the superstars. And Riasat, he's always been in the top there. You know, he's the consistent player. So I'm sure right now he wants to prove something. He wants to say, I'm consistent, but I'm also potentially the best. Which I think when you look at how aggressive he's playing, that's definitely there. That need to prove that, yes, I might have been, I might have been one of the older guys, not that he's that old at all, one of the older guys, but also you need to be a bit afraid of me. I'm consistent, I'm always up at the top, and I'm going to keep doing that. That's kind of where I imagine his head's at. And of course, I'm talking about all of their mental states. I have no clue. Maybe he's just thinking I'd quite like a sandwich. Sets it up. Goalie again. Defense from Riasat's been really good. That's going to be frustrating Xian a little bit, trying to figure out how he breaks through. With 5 minutes left, he's going to get 3 goals in the back of the net. 5 minutes in-game left. Decent little bit of defense there from Xian. Needs to move it up. Just struggling, really, to shut Riasat down. I said it earlier on. I didn't see that aggression when it came out. I didn't see that last week when we casted his Riasat's wild card game. I didn't see this aggression. Obviously, like I said as well, coaching a player, just trying to have a little bit of a good time and make sure that a new player to FIFA enjoyed themselves. So able to hold this and keep these cards close to his chest. 2 minutes left. At a time. There you go. Not enough time for Xian. Just not enough time. What he's got to do now is stop things like this from happening. Is Riasat going to be able to do this again? No. Thank goodness. That could have very easily been a fourth if he had a little bit more time to set it up. And with that, France goes down. Liverpool takes it 3-0. Riasat's got to be really happy about that. Xian, not so much, I'm sure. Obviously, also he knows he's playing on a different console. It's different for him. This isn't his console. It's not his controller. But still, really impressive to have made it to the quarterfinals on a console that you wouldn't normally play. A little bit like, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this for someone who maybe has never played FIFA, is the difference between playing on a PlayStation versus an Xbox, the controller difference in your hands. I suppose it's a little bit like, changing up your golf clubs. You're a good golfer, but you're used to your gear, and you change up your golf clubs. And you need time to get used to it. He's had time. He's been competing in this tournament, but still to get to the level that he is on Xbox. Also, all the buttons are completely different. So for a lot of, for you, maybe you don't play FIFA and you pick up a controller, you'll struggle in the beginning to figure out how to do it all. Now imagine you are one of the best, you're one of the fastest. Swapping it out, it's a completely different feel in your hands. So Xian really performing quite well, considering we can see now changing up the teams, determining what they're going to do. Obviously they want those real world stats, they're going to bring them in. You can set up your team to suit your play style, and this is really interesting for me. 2 Liverpools. Xian is a huge Liverpool fan, so I like I said, I actually kind of thought we would go for Liverpool at the start. He jumps in with a Liverpool now. We saw this Liverpool matchup. We've seen it quite a bit throughout this competition. It is the go-to team for most of the players. Liverpool, of course, like I said earlier, doing really well. So it makes sense that you'd want to play with them. And as our players get ready, let's go into the second game. Right now, Riasat, with that victory, he's going to be feeling good. But we go again. Let's see how this goes. Right. Xian, of course, there you can see in the red uniform, the away uniform is Riasat. That's going to help you a little bit to differentiate. And of course, you can also see their in-game nicks above the players. Riasat quite early on getting a little bit of a play there, looking to be aggressive. But Xian holding on a lot more now, as you can see. He's not giving up. He's much more aggressive. He's running much further in as well. Unfortunately, Riasat able to defend there really well. So Xian, though, looking much more impressive than the last game, a little bit more confident straight off the start of the whistle. But Riasat very quickly running that up. Here we go. This is what he wants to do. He's setting it up really nicely. Is this going to be enough? Does he have enough time? I don't think he passed fast enough there. He's giving Xian a little bit more time to bring these guys back. However I say that, here we go. Takes the shot into the back of the net. 1-0 to Liverpool. And when I say that and you see the 2 Liverpools, might throw you off a little bit. It is 1-0 to Riasat as we start the competition. So fast, so aggressive. Very quickly was able to convert what I thought was Xian making quite an aggressive play. He immediately defended, got that ball up as fast as possible, playing with some incredible pace. Like I said, aggression. I keep saying that word, but it's that aggressive. Put the pressure on. Be fast, never sit back, never wait. That's what we're seeing from Riasat, and it's definitely working in his favor. Xian, a little bit more reserved in his play, but I feel like there needs to be like a little, almost like a volume button that he needs to turn up a little bit to improve that. And as I said, that takes a shot. Does he get it? Nets it. There you go. Equalizes it, Xian. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That calculated performance actually might have worked there for him, because he just settled back, was able to set his players up, and it was such an incredibly neat and classy goal that we saw there from Xian. His style and his play and his performance coming out there, that's what I expect when I see Xian on the field, the way he was able to set that up really nicely, was able to get all his guys into the positions he wanted, and then it just seemed like a really easy flow straight into the back of the net. Is he going to do it again, though? That's really the question. You can see now he's got a feel. I think that what's happened here is he's really starting to understand maybe that how to deal with Riasat, how to deal with his play style. I say that, though, too many of those white shirts in the box there, not enough for him to get past them. Here we go again. Riasat going for that aggression, but Xian is feeling much more confident on the ball, much more ahead. There he goes, sets it up again. Is he going to be able to do it? He's got a lot of guys on his back. There we go, not able to, but they're still fighting it out. This is interesting. Can it? No, it's not. Is it going to happen now? Did it? No, it just went past there. I actually thought that could have potentially been another goal from Xian. Just a pity, went past the net like that. And so we go again, but Xian looking very impressive. The Liverpool switch up from France definitely suits him much better, I think, playing with this team. We're seeing a lot more of the play style I would expect from someone who's been overseas. Xian has, in fact, represented South Africa overseas in FIFA competitions before on an Xbox. He's considered one of the best representatives of our country, and that was more of the play style I was expecting. Saying that, though, Riasat has a point to prove. He wants to win this competition. He's hungry for it. I've had the privilege of speaking to him off the field, and it's a lot of the same thing from him, is that he really just wants to do the best possible job he can do and showcase his talent. Xian ain't given up, though. Here we go. He's equalized already. He's going to want to go into the lead. He can take this game. He's fighting it out here. We're seeing far more of the ball sitting on that side, with Riasat having to defend a little bit more. It's a far more even matchup than last time, where Riasat seemed to have a lot more control. This is impressive for me. I like this play from Xian, and he runs it once again. He's not slow at all. Every time he gets it, is this going to be an opportunity for him? Here we go. Crosses it over. Is he going to kick it in? And he gets it in! Xian with a second goal. 2-1 to the Goliath Gaming player. What a performance from him. He is looking so good now. I don't know where this player was in the first game. He seemed a little less confident, but now we're seeing it. The way that he's able to read the game. Of course, Riasat wants to answer straight away. He is not going to allow this. He wants to get this back onto equal footing. Not quite able to. Xian having a little bit of fun there. Let's see how this goes now. Xian looking really good. I like what you see with him is he sets it up. You saw he runs in fast, and once he's there, he quickly sees where he needs to be set up to get the optimal placement for a goal. It's so fast, it's so quick, it's so reactive, and it's just so much fun to watch when we watch at this higher level. Riasat, however, though, he is not going down without a fight. You can see he's doing similar stuff. Takes a shot, Xian able to stop it, and we go again. Passing it through, Xian very, very aggressive. He wants to get, I would say he'd want to net another 2 goals. That would comfortably put him a goal ahead. And when it comes down to goal difference, would mean that he wins this interaction. So he'll be fighting for that now. He knows that he's now got 2 minutes of extra time in the first half. He's got, and did he do it again? I was busy looking at the time. Oh my gosh. Xian 3-1 up. This is what he needs to do. He needs 1 more goal, and then he will be in a position where they're on equal goals. And then what he needs to do is score that 5th goal. If he scores the 5th goal, he goes into the lead. If Riasat doesn't score, it would mean that Xian would actually take this. So now it's going to come down to who can net the most goals. Impressive play from him. I completely missed it. I was so busy looking at the overtime. Oh no! But seeing it out of the corner of my eye, really impressive. 3-1 to Xian. And of course, Riasat now taking a step back, half-time. I said this in the first game. We're about to see it now. I'm sure Riasat reevaluating, determining the play he wants to do, probably thinking he needs to fall back a little bit, but he also knows that in falling back, he could risk not being attacking enough, and he needs to attack now because he's got to get more goals. He's got to be very careful that Xian doesn't sneakily creep up on him in the goals, because that's what it's going to come down to as to who gets into the semi-final and ultimately who's knocked out of the Toyota Esports Challenge. Let's get straight back into it. Look at that, Riasat. Just getting a feel for it, running it up. This is going to be really important to him. He knows what he has to do. He can't afford to let Xian have this ball at all. He can't afford to have Xian go up anywhere. He cannot move. Xian is not allowed to move into his goals. That's what Riasat is probably thinking right now. And as I say that, Xian starts running it up. Here we go again. Is he going to be able to fight back? No, Riasat quickly stops that. Says, no, not today. And we start with that crazy pace that we saw from Riyasat earlier on. Very quick passes, running up, creating space, making it possible for his players to go. And here he goes again, running it across. Is he going to cross it? Is it going to be enough? No, Xian very quickly slides on in, defends that, gets the ball out as quickly as possible. This is his chance to convert. He can turn this up, move straight into an attacking format. This is exactly what he's doing, moving his guys up as much as he can. Sends it flying. I think it's too much, and it is. The goalie gets it in his hand. Slows it right back down again. Sends it out. Riyasat moving it up backwards and forwards, quick passes. That's what he needs to do. Wants to run it up the sides. There we go. Give it to the wings, get it moving forward. Now he's moving into the goal. Is this going to be an opportunity for him to cross? Let's take a look. He takes a pause there. That pause there could make all the difference. Sends it. No, Xian's got it. That pause did not make any difference whatsoever. Let's go. Riyasat back at it. He's feeling the pressure a little bit maybe. 60 minutes into the game, he knows that he needs to make sure that either Xian doesn't score again or he gets another goal in there just to make that difference a little bit more comfortable, because even if Xian takes the victory, the goal difference will allow Riyasat to progress to the semi-finals. And as I say, that Xian running up now, doesn't have anyone up at the front there for him, which is a bit of a problem. He has to waste a bit of time, pass around to try and get his players back up. This is dangerous. Riyasat is a phenomenal defender, and that's what he's going to do now. He's just going to move all his guys back into defense. And as I said, there we go, into the goalie, move it on out. This is the thing, there's no time. Once you're up there with a player like Riyasat, there's actually no time. You can't allow him the opportunity to move his guys back. And I think Xian's feeling that a little bit. And as I say that, takes a move, passes it on, giving a feel there, trying to figure out if he can set it up, trying to figure out if he can make it so that he can get another goal in the back of the net. Riyasat just calmly feeling it out, trying to determine what it is that he wants to do now. Just patiently watching them. Riyasat setting this up. And as I said, that Xian moves on back. This is where he's got it. He wants to get another one in the net. This is what he's going to be aiming for. He wants to score. And we take a quick pause. This is an opportunity for the players just to change it up a little bit, determine maybe something's not working, maybe bring on another player, much like you would see in a real football match. They're just taking a small break, going, okay, cool. What is it that we can do? What is it that we can change to make this work for us? And that's what you saw now. They've taken that pause as we jump back in so that they can start all over again. I do love these flybys. You know, in real football, the players would be moving around a bit, but in FIFA, everyone is dead still, getting ready for the action. And we've got 24 seconds before we get back into the game. Look at that. Even the camera crew on the side there, hands on hips, absolutely frozen in time before we get back into this. Xian can actually take this. So this is what's interesting, is he can actually take this. What he needs to do now, like I mentioned, at the moment he has 3 goals. If we look at the first game as well, Riyasat is sitting on 4. So Xian needs to net 2 more goals now in the second half of game 2. And if he does that, he will ultimately he would have taken the win. And that's going to be in the back of his mind. I have no doubt about that. He's probably thinking about that now, knowing that he just needs those 2 goals to just inch ahead of Riyasat. And it's probably in the back of Riyasat's mind as well, knowing that the moment he makes a mistake and Xian takes advantage of it, it's going to be a situation where he's given it away. And I'm sure that's riding through his head right now as we move towards the 80th minute of the game. Riyasat knows he needs to run this. He needs to net a goal. He needs to make that goal difference just a little bit bigger right now. That's what he wants to do. He can actually afford to lose this game if he can get a second goal on the scoreboard and not allow Xian to score again. So this is probably something that I don't think that he's thinking about this. I think players play to play and they play to win. They don't think about the strategic or the analytical side that we're thinking about now. But that is something that he maybe needs to know, is that actually, you know what, you just don't let him score again, or make sure that you get one more goal in the back of the net. Don't let him score again. Just don't let him score and you'll be good. Changing it up again. This is where you can see the pressure for these players. This is going to help you understand the stakes that are at play here. 50,000 Rand in cash, the opportunity at least to stay in the competition and fight for that. They're taking this really seriously, and they're starting to do a little bit more of a strategic layout here, juggle it up a little bit, move more guys into defense so that you know that you can get everyone back, that you can hold the fort down if you like. That's something that I think maybe is starting to go through their minds as we move into, I'd say there we go, 83rd minute. Riasat though, I mean, the easiest way to do this is just get another goal. And as I say that there, no, it's going to slip away. Xian now is going to be running this as fast as he can, because he knows that he just needs that other goal to equalize it and potentially push them into extra time. That's what he wants to do. That's what he's trying to do. Is he going to be able to do it though? And now the pressure is on Riasat as we enter the final minutes, if you like, of this game. Riasat, he can afford to lose it, but he won't want to. That's the thing. He's not going to want to leave it this close. Xian knows he can equalize it. This is his opportunity. He needs to run that ball up. He needs to score that goal. That's all that's going to be going through his mind, is he just needs to see the back of the net. He passes it forward a little bit soft there, in my opinion. Could have given it a little bit more force, but still trying. Not enough. Riasat moves it out. Let's see how this goes now. Is he going to be able to take it back up? Is he going to be able to put the nail in the coffin and potentially close the series out, get a goal in the back? Or is he going to let Xian have the opportunity to take a shot? A lot of defending going on there, and you can see Riasat able to move it back. And as I say that, the whistle goes. Xian is going to be stoked. He took that game 3-1. A really impressive performance from the Xbox player, playing on PlayStation here in quarterfinals. But he's also going to be devastated, because unfortunately for Xian, that is the end of his journey in the competition. Of course, like I explained earlier, the two games, you look at them, the goal difference, and with Riasat able to score those 3-0 in the first game, he was able to net a fourth goal there. That means that when it comes to the goal difference, he's in the lead and he will progress into the semi-finals. But a big well done to Goliath Gaming's Xbox star, held his own. I think we need to keep an eye on Riasat though when we move into the semis. I think this guy is hungry. This is what he wants. So well done to both our players. We will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. for another quarterfinal right here on all the Toyota social media. If you're enjoying the action, if you have opinions, if you want to shout about your favorite players, then make sure you jump on social media. Use the hashtag Toyota Esports Challenge and let us know. We definitely want to hear from you. My name's Tekel, and I'll be back tomorrow. Good night.